Hey, welcome so much to our channel. Thank you so much for popping in. We appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button.
Take two and a minute. Unaongea haraka, relax.
Hey, thank you so much for popping into our channel. We appreciate you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. It means so much to us.
Yes.
My name is Drew. This is Reggie, my bride. And today we want to do things differently. We appreciate that everybody has a story. And so we just want to share one of our stories that is very significant, especially on this very day. So we are doing this recording on the 8th of Feb. 2021. There's a significant thing that happened on a day like this,
Yes.
about 2008.
It's
Yeah.
like, wow, 12,
Yeah.
13 years ago.
Yeah. So this is more of your story. What happened on the 8th of Feb 2008?
I got into an accident and it was at 3 a.m.
A road accident.
A road accident, yes. It was at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And don't worry, I'm sure you're asking yourself, what are you doing out at 3 a.m.?
But you're the one who...
Okay, so I was coming from the airport. I was not the one flying in or out. I was just the one who were going to see
You're the
off
one
a
who
friend.
judged yourself, by the way.
No. I'm
No
just
one raised
clearing-
an eyebrow.
No, I'm just clearing the air. So I was going to see off a friend, a church friend who was flying out.
Yeah.
And now on our way back, we got an accident near the Kenya Pipeline tankers. By then, the place wasn't really well lit. There were no reflectors
At night, yeah.
at night, so it was really hard to see that there was a roundabout. But let me first start with, is it the same week? Yeah, the same week. I'll try to keep it very short so that we just pick the lessons. So I was in a point, or let me say I was in a season rather, where I was handling too many things. I was much younger, just hoping to join campus, and I was holding too many offices, like in ministry and in church, an ex-cons program. I had too many friends. I am a sanguine. So I felt like I was juggling too many balls. And then you see what happened. I remember telling a friend the very same week, have you ever wished you were in a coma so that you can rest? Because I was so tired. And even back then, relationship-wise, I wasn't doing so well. So I was at a corner, I was in a fix. And for me, I just felt I would rather be in a coma so that I can get rest from all of this. Little did I know that it was coming.
Careful what you wish for.
Oh, yes.
You may as well get
Death
it.
and life and the power of the tongue. So the accident happened on the 8th of February. What happened was we were very tired. Actually, it was a youth group because the lady was in our youth church, and then actually this was the sister to our youth pastor. So when we got into the car, we were very tired. We wanted to go home and rest. And so I remember us joking to the one who was driving, hey, Flani, kanyaga mafuta. You know, for those who do not understand this, it's just,
Drive fast.
please drive faster, we just need to go and rest. But was it like 5 minutes into the drive, we just had everyone shouting. I was fast asleep because I was so tired. I had everyone screaming, and then next thing I know was
Big bang.
big bang, and then conked out.
Yeah.
So when I was waking up, I woke up. I remember being dragged. Thank God, let me just say, thank God we had 2 other cars behind us.
Yeah.
The relatives, so they rushed us to hospital. So I remember being taken out of the car, and then I conked out again. I went unconscious. And then when I woke up, the first thing I noticed was that I had lost a tooth. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm still very young.
Too young to lose a tooth.
Yeah, I didn't know it won't grow back.
Yeah.
And then I became unconscious again. And then when I woke up, I was in the National Hospital. And by then it was 6 a.m. And so many relatives started coming in, finding out what's up. I had a really terrible headache. And for me, I thought, oh my God, I'm having internal bleeding. And then let me tell you, you know the words that rang in my head was the words that I said, I wish that I was in a coma.
That was the first thing that came into your mind.
Yes, I'm like, oh my God, what did I put myself into?
Yeah.
So what happened? Funny thing, let me tell you. Our youth pastor didn't even have a scratch. Man of God.
Let's just leave that there.
The rest of us.
Sinners.
Sinners.
Your wages.
Excuse me. Yeah. But I think it was for us, it was a second chance. It's like, Lord Father, you have spared me. Anyway, so I went,
almost lost their arms.
Yeah, actually, we had one guy who had a broken collarbone and arm.
Yeah.
And then a lady, the fiancée to the pastor, had a broken arm too. Then the two were seated at the front, just had a few minor cuts. But the pastor, not even a scratch.
So we should be pastors. That's what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying is, pastors, you should pray for your flock. Anyway, maybe it could have been worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, long story short, when I went for this MRI thingy, but then let me tell you, that day was long. We got to hospital around 6 a.m. I was being admitted at 6 p.m. Being the foodie that I was back then, I was starving, but I think the pain was so much. I was vomiting blood, which scared me the more. But when they did the MRI, the whole scan, they figured out. Thank God there was no internal bleeding. But I had a fractured jaw down here and on the side. So when I was admitted, everyone left. So the following morning, you know, I love bread. Oh, yeah. So when this was brought to me in the morning, I'm trying to bite the bread and I'm like, I can't chew. Oh my God. I can't chew. So I tried dipping it in. You know, the way you just dip it
in tea or something
like,
hot.
Yeah. So I also learned a word. I was in the maxillofacial ward.
Maxillofacial ward.
And I remember there was this maxillofacialist doctor, Dr. Rono.
Yeah.
So when he came to do the rounds and did the x-rays, because I had gone through x-rays, they're like, oh, this one needs surgery. I'm like, who? I am going to theater. Like, I didn't even know I'd have to go for like theater. Mind you, this was a time where Dad was out of work, so there was no medical cover, and Mom was on who was in business, and the kind of money we needed back then was like almost 200k, which was a lot.
Shillings.
Oh yes, 200,000 shillings, because you had to buy something called the plates and the screws, and you don't even get to transport them yourself. You just see them and then they're taken to the hospital. So I remember Mom, like, I can't even tell where the money came from, by the way. So thank God the surgery went well, but it was like a 6-hour surgery because they had to do it here, and then the cut was just behind my ear, but you couldn't see it. Thank God. I think the nurses were like, you know, she's such a young girl, we can't.
So they put plates on your jaw.
Yeah, plates on my jaw so that
put it together.
I don't know whether I was supposed to go back, they remove, or they just grow in it, because I'm like, I don't want to go back to that table. It's usually by the theater. Even hats off to those chicks who go for years, or anyone who's just gone through surgery.
Absolutely. It's something else altogether.
I don't think I'd ever want to go back. So it went well, I got plates, but let me tell you something. For 3 months, I couldn't eat. I remember we never had a blender. Mom had to buy one because I could only feed on blended food.
You couldn't chew?
I couldn't chew at all. And then at some point, they had to do some things, almost like braces, but you had rubber bands so that to get the perfect bite, as they said, to align the teeth together. Because you see, once your jaw is fractured, it's like it's moved kidogo.
It's not
you can't even chew
correctly
properly.
aligned.
Exactly.
Wow.
So there's a point in time where I was totally like this. Like that's how I used to talk, do blended food. I lost weight, of course. And then unfortunately with that also came cavities, which I am still paying the price for until today.
Because you couldn't brush.
I couldn't brush, and you see mouthwash only does so little. And they had constant visits. And let me just say, I still lost like 2 more teeth. Because one was cracked, and that's why I was vomiting blood. They had to remove it. And then the other one was too exposed. In fact, as we speak, I have dentures, yes. So, I know people wonder.
Big reveal.
I have dentures, and then I have, sorry for another day, these 2 are missing. Which I'm supposed to get implants, but that's another story. So what happened was 3 months of not eating, back and forth going to hospital. Of
Home,
course,
you're home now. You can't go to
I'm
school.
home. I can't go to school. In fact, I had to join school later on into the year
Yeah.
because that was in now August, and this
Yeah.
was February.
Yeah.
So 3 months. It was like 6 months of back and forth in hospital, trying to get the perfect bite, the healing process, and even after the surgery, I remember, like guys brought me chocolate on Valentine's, but I'm like, I can't even eat. I had a huge bandage
Guys.
around my face.
Yes. We're not saying how
No,
many.
not
We're not
guys.
saying how many.
Not guys, men. Like
Yeah.
guys.
No,
and
no.
friends.
I said we're not saying how many.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Friends. Friends. Just
Yes,
actually.
exactly. But how many?
Okay.
Story for another day.
Anyway, yes. So it took me a while to recover.
How was your first bite?
Oh,
do you
let me
remember?
tell you, I couldn't even yawn.
Wow.
Because you see now, after the surgery,
What happens when the feeling comes?
you'd actually see me tearing up.
When you feel like yawning?
Yes. Because
Or
you see, by then,
it's locked.
exactly, I was locked. And then, weirdly, I think because of the nerves and everything, to date, I sweat here at the corner of the eye.
Yeah. Especially when you eat.
Exactly, which is really, I think it's a task. So even getting to chew normally was like
How
heaven.
long did that take?
Sneezing. Almost.
Sneezing.
I couldn't sneeze.
How is that?
Because you see now,
Related?
when I was also, because of the being locked, like you couldn't sneeze, you couldn't yawn. Even when I go to the dentist now, still I can't open my mouth very wide. So I have to get support. So
Wow.
that and let me just say, oh yes, the car was a write-off.
Wow.
But we all survived. The bad thing was, yes, we had not belted up, especially for us seated at the back, and that's a lesson.
Yeah.
Like I have learned, it is.
Yeah.
always
Let's now
good.
go into the lessons, because I'm sure.
Yes.
You looking back, you're grateful for life. You're grateful for the scars, because also
Yes.
that brings with it lessons. Because there's probably someone watching and they're going through a sickness right now. They're going through a rough patch. It may not be exactly because of an accident. It could be because of an abuse factor. It could be because it could be an emotional scar, it could be a mental scar because of something that happened in their childhood.
Yes.
Someone who can relate with this story. I mean, what were your takeouts?
First thing I learned: death and life and the power of the tongue. Be careful about what you tell yourself, by the way.
Because you're listening.
Because you're listening, yeah. Because you're listening.
Someone said that.
Yeah, someone very great said that. Yeah. And then the second thing I learned is God provides. I saw God move in a mighty way.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, we never went back to the insurance to try and pay up.
Wow.
So God just came through in his own way.
Sure.
Third thing is that I learned to appreciate the little things in life. The yawning, the sneezing, the chewing, you know, talking. I couldn't talk.
Imagine.
Yeah. And you know I love acting, so that also had to be shelved for a while. And I learned just to survive in pain, because even to date I still have to go. I mean, I'm still hoping to get tooth implants.
Yeah, actually, it's a process you're still going through.
Still a process I'm going through, yeah.
Yeah.
Because every now and then you have to go back for this crowning and everything.
Yeah.
And most of all, I remember there's a student, and he had passed on, one of the students that I had taken through peer education. He wrote me a card. Yeah, it had to be a card, definitely. He wrote a card and said, "You're still beautiful." Because I think I battled with that in terms of, oh my God.
Oh, now you are self-image.
Self-image, you feel so low. I'll never have 32 teeth, you know. Or my face was still puffy on one side. But that message also just reminded me, no matter the scars, that I was still beautiful.
It doesn't change how God sees you.
No, not at all.
Absolutely.
In fact,
Because
if
there's
you
someone there's someone who was, probably, I'm sure people will be surprised before we share this story, because probably people look at you and they don't know the story behind your teeth.
Yeah.
There's someone out there who actually has a physical or a visible scar. What did you tell them? I mean, there's someone who actually has a scar on their face, of all the places.
Let me tell you that you're still beautiful.
Or worse still, somewhere where it's not seen. But it is in their head. Every time they step out the door, they know, they are broken.
Let me tell them that God sees you just as beautiful as you are. In fact, there's a song by Mali. Yeah, that you're beautiful, and of course you're
Probably
handsome.
we should put the
Yeah, we'll do the the Mali music, you know. And the world always has standards that define beauty of everything. But the fact that you are alive, even having that scar, you should give thanks. And you should actually learn to just turn your, as someone said, your scar into a star.
Yes. You turn your scar
into a star.
Into a star. Wow.
And you are beautiful. And you know, sometimes I also tell myself it could have been worse. Fine, I still go through the treatments to date. You still have that scar to remind you. But it will also be a reminder that, excuse that, you survived.
Yeah.
And actually, let
Scars
me tell you.
actually means you still
and actually,
have a fighting chance.
And still, I learned that God had a plan for me. Like, I am not done with you yet.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, I wouldn't have met you anyway. The day we had not, we were not dating.
Yeah, we were not dating back then.
But he was trying anyway. So, that's my message to them. You're beautiful. God still has a plan for you. And thrive even in that scar.
Sure.
Because sometimes, like, I remember when I probably forgot to wear my dentures, I would be very conscious, like, I don't want to speak. But instead, turn it into a joke. In fact, I remember the time in campus, I told my friend that it's my mom. Sorry, mom. So my mom would wake me up because I turned up late, and she was so shocked. I'm like, hey, anyway. I just forgot to wear my denture. So. When you meet
dentures are temporary teeth, you remove them.
Yeah.
Don't need that.
I don't know. No, I'm just showing somewhere down there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dentures. Let me. We are assuming. Guys,
we are assuming people know.
They're just removable teeth.
Yeah.
So that was my lesson. So every 8th of February, I look back and I thank God.
Just look at the camera and just speak to someone.
Every 8th of February, I look back and I thank God for sparing my life. And as we say, Ron Kenoly, beauty for ashes. Despite me having, I probably have 27 teeth, I don't know. But I'm still grateful that I can still smile.
Yeah.
I can talk, I can yawn, I can sneeze.
You count your blessings
I can
rather
chew.
than what you're...
Actually, I look at the cup as half full. Like, count your blessings every day.
Sure.
Every single day. And most of all, I'm alive. I am really
you still have a fighting chance.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it still remains in my mind, but for me it's more of a Thanksgiving, like wow. And not only me, even the ones that we were with in the accident.
Yeah, all of them are alive, all of them are
dads and moms now.
Yeah, doing well. Shout out to you guys. Mnajijua.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Yes. So that's all. I think I can even put for the full story. I think I'll put a link of my blog that I did.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, because that would be much easier.
Yeah.
But the main lesson is you are beautiful, you are handsome, and use that scar as a star. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And for you, maybe you also have a lesson from all this. I mean,
another day. I'll share. So this was your story.
This was my story.
Yeah.
I thought it was our story.
It's our story, of course. But it was your experience.
Okay. Yes. So 13 years, still going strong, and still fighting.
Yeah.
Actually,
thank you for watching.
Sorry, this is I love songs. So this is the part like you sing. You're an overcomer. Stay in the fight till the final round. You're not going under. Yes, to be continued. Nicola.
Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you guys. We are always so grateful to have you watch us and support us, comment, and if you're out there, you have a scar, it is really an opportunity just to remind you of what happened, and it's also a reminder that you are alive and you have a chance. One, to be grateful, and two, to just step out and win again. God bless you guys.
Bye.